We welcome you to the Superdome here in New Orleans, Louisiana, for a big-time rivalry in the NFC South. Both of these franchises, new quarterback, new era. They did not get off to the start they wanted to a week ago. Both sitting at 0-1, but a win can definitely turn around their seasons today. On one side, the former number one overall pick, traded away, did not have a very good season last year. The other quarterback had a great resume in Las Vegas, has came to New Orleans and is trying to take them back to the promised land for the first time since Drew Brees. Today, Derek Carr and the New Orleans Saints get ready to take on Baker Mayfield and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers as we get set for a great matchup here in Week 2 of the NFL on ASC. Brandon Groupie kicks this one off. We're underway here in Caesars Superdome. This will go back and be returned from about the 1-yard line and coming out to about the 26. And that's where we see Baker Mayfield. Of course, mentioned it earlier, drafted by the Browns, spent a good while there, got the Browns to the playoffs even, but then got traded to Carolina. Didn't do so well there, moved on, sat behind Matthew Stafford for half a season. Now, the starter for the Buccaneers and the predecessor to Tom Brady. Baker Mayfield gets ready to get this drive kicked off. So here we go, first and goal from the 9. This drive has been good for the Buccaneers. We'll see if they're able to cash it in here. Mayfield with time, no one open. Now on the move to his left, being chased. Baker Mayfield brought down. And it's Granderson who gets home for the sack, and it's a loss of 3. The first sack of the year for this Saints defense. They had none against Josh Allen and the Bills last week. They get home to Baker Mayfield on first and goal to push him back to the 12. And it was a bad week for that Saints defense against Buffalo, allowing 41 points on last year's MVP. But they get to Baker Mayfield here and get a huge stop to set up second and goal back at the 12. So the Saints defense gets a good stop there. 18-yarder from McLaughlin's up and through. And the Buccaneers, they can't cash it in to the end zone, but they at least get 3 here to go up 3-0 on their rivals. And here is the kick, and we'll see Derek Carr, who spent those years with the Raiders, did really well, even got them a playoff win in the meantime. Now, he's in the black and gold here in New Orleans. New beginnings for Derek Carr. Last week had a pretty good week through for 2 touchdowns. Today, he's got a big-time task, trying to get his team back to 1-1. We'll see what Derek Carr can do in his Saints debut in the Superdome as he'll get this drive kicked off from the 25-yard line. That's now 2nd and 10 now. Fake to White. Mayfield in trouble. Down he goes. And that's Granderson again. Sacked Mayfield on the opening drive. He gets one here on 2nd and 10 to force a 3rd and long. And Baker Mayfield just didn't see him coming from his blind side, and Granderson got home for the sack. The first 2 sacks of the Saints season go to Granderson right here, both coming on Baker Mayfield in the first quarter. So the Saints defense comes up big yet again. Long one from McLaughlin from 50+, and he drills it to make it 6-0. So back-to-back drives ending in field goals. Bucs up 6-0. And that will end the opening quarter. A good defensive start. Buccaneers, 2 drives, 2 field goals. Saints still trying to get on the board. So for the 3rd time, the Saints are able to stop the Bucs right here. Can they do it? First and goal, play action. Mayfield is sacked. And so far, it looks like they're going to do it. Big sack right there by Amos. A huge loss. They were down at about the 1 or 2 yard line. This will push them back to the 13. And the Bucs, they had 1 successful red zone drive against the Vikings last week. That's a huge sack right there. And it was Howden who got home for the sack, not Amos. So as I mentioned before, the Saints are indeed successful. They do stop the Buccaneers, and it's a 9-0 game. 3 drives, 3 field goals for Tampa Bay. Excellent job by this Saints defense early on. As now, 3rd down and 8 for Derek Carr. Crucial times. Carr to throw. Quick pass. Intercepted by Neal. Neal trying to take it back. Makes a move and will finally be brought down by Derek Carr at the 31-yard line. And the Bucs defense gets a huge play. They locked up Justin Jefferson very well a week ago. Right there, a good play to get the interception off Derek Carr. And out comes Baker Mayfield in the offense to try and cash it into the end zone. 4th and 1. Risky decision to go for it here. As now Mayfield under center gives it to White, gets popped, and White extends, and he got the first down. What a second effort job by Rachaad White. As now from the 17, 3rd down and 6, another big 3rd down. Mayfield on the move to his right, fires, picked off, intercepted by Taylor. As Mayfield was trying to hit Mike Evans, and Taylor jumped the route and got there for the interception. And right after the Bucs take it away, Mayfield gives it right back to the Saints. Excellent job by Taylor to get in front of Mike Evans and pick this one off. Saints get the ball back. 2-minute warning. A very defensive matchup in New Orleans, 9-0. Bucs can't get set on defense. Saints go hurry up. Wide opens Michael Thomas down inside the 10 and pushed out of bounds at the 5. The hurry-up offense caught the Bucs off guard, and Michael Thomas was left all alone in an easy play for Derek Carr, and Todd Bowles not happy about that one. Let's look at that. No one on Michael Thomas, and it's a good job by the Bucs to get over there and stop him. From the 1, 3rd and goal. They don't have Kamara in there. It's Jamal Williams who's in for a Saints touchdown. Saucing up here in New Orleans. Jamal Williams, the former Lion, comes to the Saints in the offseason and has his first touchdown of the year. And the blown coverage on Michael Thomas really comes back and hurts the Buccaneers. And, man, the Saints, it was a rough first couple of drives, but they're the first team to find the end zone in this game. And they can cut it to a 2-point deficit at halftime, possibly. And Jamal Williams, who had a good time in Detroit, kind of surprised the Lions let him walk in the offseason. Speaking of that Lions team, brand new backfield got David Montgomery and the rookie Jahmyr Gibbs. And it's the former Lion, Jamal Williams, who punches it in for the first touchdown of this game. 9-7. Bucs only up by 2. And Tampa Bay will let it tick down to the half. 3 drives, 3 field goals. On that last one, they got picked off, unfortunately, and it's New Orleans who capitalizes off that mistake to cash in 7 of their own. Buccaneers lead by 2 in a defensive slugfest between these two, just like we've seen in the past between Brady and Breeze. As now 4th down and goal, Saints deciding not to go for it. This one to take their first lead of the ballgame. Brandon Grupe knocks it up and through. Saints down by 2, now they're up by 1, 10-9, leading at home against Tampa Bay. And that will take us to the end of the quarter, 12-10, in a game which the winner leads the NFC South. It's going to be one interesting 4th quarter. Buccaneers up by 2. As now 1st down and goal from the 2. Now they have Miller in the backfield. Miller, wide open lane for the touchdown. And Kavonte Miller gives the Saints the lead. They go up by 4, pending the extra point to go up by 5. And a day which, of course, they have no Alvin Kamara, got suspended for 3 games, so they've had to use Jamal Williams and Kavonte Miller quite a bit. And the running game working strong inside the red zone on the Buccaneers. And now a chance to go up by 5. Tampa Bay has not been able to find the end zone. That's been costing them so far, as this is the Saints' 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. Grupe's extra points up and through. 17-12. New Orleans up by 5. Bucs need to find the end zone. As now from the 47, 1st down and 10. Mayfield, fake it to White. On the move to his right, pressure, fires. Evans is down there with the catch, wrapped up by Lattimore. Baker Mayfield delivers to Mike Evans for a big gain, putting the Bucs at the 12. On the move, pressure in his face, still delivers a bullet to Mike Evans, who beat Marshawn Lattimore. Talk about big rivalries. That's one between those two. And now from the 1, finally a chance. Baker fires. It is caught for the touchdown. Russell Gage gives the Bucs their first score of the game and the lead as well. The former Falcon, signed off the practice squad, makes the play to give Tampa Bay the lead back. On a quick 1-yard out, Baker Mayfield, just a quick read, saw it open. Mismatched Russell Gage on a linebacker. That one you're going to get beat every time. And Baker Mayfield knew that, found the veteran of Russell Gage. Tampa Bay now going to line up and go for 2 to go up by 3. Huge conversion. Mayfield fires. Evans hangs on and gives the Bucs a 3-point advantage. The big play by Mike Evans to set up the touchdown by Russell Gage, and it's Evans who gets the 2. Buccaneers up by 3. And a touchdown here could put the game away. First down and goal. Mayfield throws. Godwin in, and possibly the dagger. Chris Godwin, the veteran, didn't get too much action there in week 1, but he gets a touchdown here. As Baker finds him there on the slant. Godwin has had a quiet game today as well, just like he did in week 1. But a late touchdown here, like I said, that could probably put the game away. New Orleans hasn't found too much here in the fourth quarter. And here's the extra point by McLaughlin to make it a 10-point game. He'll hit it up and through. 2-possession lead now. Buccaneers. A great fourth quarter. Carr throws, caught, and that's Johnson who won't get to the marker. And that will take us to the 2-minute warning with the Bucs up by 10. Big field goal here by Groupie to cut the lead down to 7. He will. So the Saints, an onside kick, can really put them back in the hunt to try and force overtime. 27-20. Here we go. To keep the game alive for New Orleans. The onside kick is recovered by Tampa Bay. And all they need is a first down to pretty much seal this game up. Big time play by the special teams. And that will do it. 27-20 in a dead heat. A very interesting game from start to finish. Sees the Tampa Bay Buccaneers progressing to 1-1 and taking the lead of the NFC South. The Saints started off slow. They got the lead late, but they couldn't finish the deal. Tampa Bay found their offense in the fourth quarter, punched it in twice, and ended up taking this one all to themselves. And these two will meet in Week 7 in Tampa Bay for their second and final matchup of the season. But what a game this was. Defensive at first, a very offensive second half. Sees the Bucs taking it 27-20 and ending their streak of losing to the Saints often in the season. But the Saints, I mean, they're still promised Derek Carr. They're 0-2, but we've seen Derek Carr start off slow and have a big finish to his season. But for now, Tampa Bay wins this thing 27-20. Move on to Week 3, 1-1. Saints at 0-2. (27-20). Good game between these two rivals as Tampa Bay, like I said, progresses to 1-1. But the Saints got a difficult schedule early on. Baker Mayfield and Derek Carr both thrown for over 290 yards and an interception for each of them. The difference, Baker Mayfield had 2 touchdowns. Williams and Miller had the rushing touchdowns for the Saints. Michael Thomas, leading receiver. Mike Evans, 6 for 122, and a good day for Rashad White. This is ASC, signing off.